Welcome to the Burley History Podcast with Mr. Shedd and Mrs. Jacoby.
Today we will be talking about Francisco Coronado and his impact on U.S. history.
Francisco Coronado was born over 500 years ago in 1510.
He lived to the ripe old age of 44 years old when he was kicked in the face by a horse in 1554.
Yes, he ended up dying on September 22nd of that year in Mexico City. Have you heard of any interesting tales about Coronado?
Actually, I have. Coronado was a Spanish explorer who wanted to find gold in North America. Coronado sailed from Spain to Mexico. With the Spanish soldiers called conquistadors, Coronado marched through Mexico into what is now the southwest part of America. An American Indian told Coronado there were 7 cities of gold in North America. These cities were paved in gold, with golden bells in the trees, and golden birds flying through the air. Coronado demanded that the American Indian guide take him to the cities. The guide took him all the way to modern-day Kansas before Coronado realized the 7 cities do not exist. Coronado became angry and ordered his men to strangle the guide to death, which they did. Want to try some delicious new food from North America?
Want to get rich?
Join the Spanish army and become a conquistador.
March with the famous Francisco Coronado.
See new lands, find gold, and try new foods.
Got corn?
Got chocolate?
Got gold?
Become a conquistador now! Welcome back! So, Mrs. Jacoby, do you think that Coronado was a hero or a villain?
Mr. Shedd, I'm so glad you asked that question. I think to the Spanish of his time period, he would be considered a hero. He claimed a ton of land for Spain. However, for the rest of the world, for people living today, he is most often considered a villain. Under his leadership, thousands of American Indians were enslaved and killed. He claimed land that was not up for grabs, and he tore through the American continent looking for one thing: gold. Greed does not typically make for a good hero. So, Mr. Shedd, to finish us off, what was the impact of Coronado on North America?
Well, the Spanish claimed the Southwest, enslaved thousands of American Indians, and they forced thousands of American Indians to become Christians and demanded they give up their own culture and accept Spanish laws. That is going to conclude our podcast. Thank you for listening to the Burley History Podcast with Mr. Shedd and Mrs. Jacoby.